Have you ever found yourself standing in the heart of a storm, your soul drenched in sorrow, your heart aching with pain, your future hidden in uncertainty? Yet somehow, there's a peace deep within you that defies understanding. Have you ever walked through fire and wondered why it didn't consume you? Sat at the very edge of collapse and still didn't fall? That isn't luck, nor coincidence, nor personal strength. That is the quiet, powerful, invisible hand of God, working even when you cannot see it. Picture a woman who lost everything in a single year: her husband, her jobs, her health, and her home. Broken and overwhelmed, she fell to her knees and cried, "God, where are you?" There was no immediate answer. Days went by, silence, but slowly, something began to change. Doors started to open, doors she never knocked on. Unexpected strength filled her when she should have collapsed. Strangers appeared with unexpected kindness. Then, on her way to a job interview she felt unqualified for, she felt it, a whisper in her spirit that said, "I never left." She got the job. Her health returned. Her life began anew. God didn't just restore her, He rewrote her story. That's how His hand moves, often silently, without grand signs, but with undeniable impact. Mountains move, seas divide, and destinies change, not with noise but with purpose. There are signs when God's hand is working in your life. One is that you're being led somewhere you never thought you'd go. You had it all planned, your timing, your path, then suddenly everything shifted. What seemed like a setback turned out to be sacred redirection. It wasn't a detour, it was divine guidance. God doesn't always take us the easy route, but He always leads us toward something greater. He doesn't call us to stay in comfort, but to walk in faith. When He leads you away from something, it's because He's preparing you for something far better. His movements aren't just changes in direction, they're deep preparations. Another sign is survival, your continued presence in a life that tried to break you. You've walked through things that should have destroyed you. You've experienced loss, betrayal, heartbreak, and yet you're still here. That's not an accident. That's divine preservation. The enemy tried, but God's hand was stronger. You're still praying, still believing, still fighting, not because you held yourself together, but because God did. He covered you when nothing else could. Then comes the fire, not to destroy, but to refine. Sometimes we think God is punishing us when He's really purifying us. Gold must pass through fire. Diamonds form under intense pressure. You're in the fire not to be consumed, but to be transformed. Malachi 3:3 says God sits as a refiner. He's not pacing or panicking, He's watching, shaping, and controlling the flame. He uses every trial as a tool. Nothing is wasted. What feels like the end is often a holy beginning. And when things begin to fall apart, remember, God may be allowing it so that better things can come together. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the plans that failed, these could be God's ways of clearing the path for His plan. He removes, not randomly but with purpose. What feels like empty hands may soon be filled with something better than you imagined. Even while your life resists change, your spirit begins to stir. There's a fire awakening in your soul, a hunger for God, a restlessness for more. You can't return to what once satisfied you. That's not confusion. It's the Spirit waking up destiny inside of you. He started a good work in you, and He will finish it. God doesn't always thunder. Sometimes His presence is in the whisper, in the quiet moments of conviction, in the ability to keep going. Even when limping, these are His fingerprints. He was there through the fire, through every tear, every silence. And He still is. He's not finished with you. His hand is still writing your story. You are chosen, you are held, you are never alone.